What is up, guys, and welcome back once again. My name is Jordan, also known as Jmonster, and you are watching the second battle of the first round, rather, of the third season. Oh yes, of the TW Center Community Tournament Cup. I am playing once again against Narsil. I am playing Isengard. He is playing Mordor. He's got a pretty scary heavy infantry army, although he is smaller in number than I am. So he's got 2 units of Olokai, one 2 units of Uruks, and I believe 1, 2, 3 units of Uruk halberds. Yeah, that's right. And then behind them, he's got another 3 units of Uruk archers. Oh no, he's got 3 units of Uruks, so I think he's brought the max amount of Uruks that you can take. And yeah, and of course his 2 Olokai units on the flanks here. And my army, I have brought 2 units of pikemen, 3 units of Urukai infantry, 2 units, I believe, of Dunlending veterans, 3 units of crossbows, 2 units of the Dunlending clansmen, 2 units of berserkers, and 3 units of warg riders, one of which has my general. My general's sitting right over here on the side. Oh no, maybe he's... Yeah, this is my general unit right here. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's get started. So I know... Basically, my plan here is to... Which is why I've stacked all my infantry on the flanks, is that I want to crush him on the flanks and then just try and envelop him. So what I'm expecting, because my Urukai infantry are, they do have armor upgrades, but unfortunately they are unsupported. So against Uruks, they're fairly evenly matched. So in all likelihood, my center is going to get routed. I'm expecting that to happen. But what I want to do really is tie down these Olokai, who you can see here are doing something similar. He's got a similar idea, I guess, to what I have. And that he's going to try and crush me on the flanks and then just like obliterate my army and rout me. So what I'm going to try and do is get my berserkers and my Dunlending clansmen here to fight the Urukai, or the Olokai, and yeah, if we can tie them down in melee, that's not a fight that they're going to win. Not against those 2 units, because these guys are very powerful. So we've got my crossbows in the back here, starting to lay down a little bit of fire. I am rushing towards him. We've got my Urukai heavy infantry here, kind of messing up their charge a little bit, running into these Uruk halberds. Not a good fight for them. These guys have armor piercing, and they're very powerful. So over here, we managed to get a proper charge in against these just regular Uruks. And you can just see the arrows flying overhead. So he is... a bit of a mistake here was not putting these guys into loose formation, because that makes them quite easy prey against my crossbow fire, because they are very deadly, and they do a lot of damage. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. He's got a couple units of Nazgul as well. He's got 2 units of Nazgul. I didn't even realize that until the end of the game. So he's managed to get his trolls here in around my lines. I managed to get a favorable engagement over here where he's fighting berserkers and spearmen, which is a good engagement for them. Them supporting each other is a tough combination. He's trying to put a little bit of pressure here on my Urukai crossbowmen. So seeing this, I'm going to rush in a unit of berserkers, and Urukai crossbows are more than enough, I think, to take this unit down. So I'm going to start using these guys to try and flank here. So we're going to move them over and around. I brought these guys mostly because I was expecting him to have some Black Numenorian Cav. So that was going to be my counter to them. So we've got this is my general here coming around the flank. Going to try and launch some hammer and anvil strikes. I've seen another 2 units of wargs coming in around. He is trying to adjust to this. So he's trying to tie down all my infantry line here. I think he's still got some reserves. These guys actually are kind of out of formation, so they're not doing too well. And he does manage to get a nice charge in here. This is a micro mistake on my part, and he took full advantage of that. So he's gonna wipe out quite a lot of these wargs. And he's got his archers turned around to fire at them because he knows what's going to happen to them. And I have quite a lot of microstakes in this battle, so I threw my general in here to try and get a nice hammer and anvil off here to support my Dunlending veterans. But they got worked. They got told where the fuck to go by his Uruk halberds. So seeing that things are a little bit desperate on this flank, and that my Dunlending veterans here have been routed, just destroyed by Nazgul and Uruks and halberds, I'm going to start moving up my Urukai pikemen to try and hold the line there. But he has just destroyed my center, and this is where I kind of started to panic a little bit. So I take my my crossbows here and just start combining their fire on these Uruk halberds. And my opponent doesn't see, I think, that he's routed my center, so he's just kind of standing there. But I am starting to launch some hammer and anvil strikes here against his infantry. So I am managing to crush him on the flanks, which is kind of what I wanted to do all along. And these guys here are kind of... I think this is just like the AI in the game just kind of messing up because I know that he was attacking these guys earlier. So I'm gonna just move my orcs in and out, trying to get some hammer and anvil strikes rather off on his Uruk archers. I definitely have the ranged advantage at this point, so I'm starting to focus a little bit more on his archers here. So he is moving this unit of Uruk halberds, although they did take, I believe, quite a lot of damage from my crossbows. But damn, he destroyed my center, and I kind of panicked a little bit. Yeah, so we got some strikes in here with our wargs against his Uruk archers. It's hard to tell who's who. He's got his Nazgul in here, just wrecking my Urukai infantry and my Dunlanding veterans, just destroying them. But I do have quite a lot of troops here in reserve, so they are managing to crush his infantry line. So we are turning this around thanks to mostly the archer fire here, and the fact that we've managed to keep his Olokai busy for most of the game. So they are still fighting against our troops over here, but largely we are victorious. That is down to one. That troll unit is just down to a single member. I'm not sure. He's got 7 in here, which is quite a lot. But most of them in here, yeah, they're starting to chew up this unit of Urukai crossbows. So I'm throwing in my berserkers into the back. They are a very good matchup against the Olokai on their own, even without spearman support. In the meantime, we've managed to obliterate his center, and now we're starting to roll up his flanks here. He was very outnumbered to begin with, and now it's just not going very well for him. So I'm throwing my wargs in here. Simultaneously he's taking arrow fire, but they do get caught on the front of these halberds, and it's going to be pretty brutal for them. Although luckily these guys are starting to rout, so they're not going to deal too much damage to my wargs. And there you go. His general unit just went down to one of my berserkers, and that is pretty much game right there. So good game to my opponent. Oh my god. It was pretty tense when I was playing this the first time. Like when I saw my center route, I really thought it was over. But luckily I managed to get some good charges in there, and my crossbows did a lot of damage. So I managed to pull off a win here, so I'm going to be moving on to the second round. But really all that remains is to wipe out his Nazgul, and they hold their ground for a very long time. So we're actually just going to, we're going to increase the speed a little bit here. Look at these trolls, just doing work. See, this is... I threw my spearmen at the trolls because I've been playing way too much Call of Warhammer, so I was like, oh yeah, bonus against large, right? No, unfortunately it doesn't work that way in Medieval 2. Where are those Nazgul? So the Nazgul over there are done, and they're still fighting over here. Yeah, pretty quickly we're going to throw in all of our troops against the remnants of his army here. Just a few Nazgul, just holding the line all on their own. Let's watch this. This is just beautiful. As he hacks down one of our poor Dunlendings. Kaboom! There he goes! Flying into the air. The last thing he saw was just this huge charge of angry wolf riders and wolves. And that is going to be the end for my opponent right there. So that is good game to my opponent. Very well done. I think if he had some more infantry and was able to capitalize a little earlier on his gains with his halberds in the center, things would have gone possibly a different way. He might have been able to actually break one of my flanks. If he'd have thrown his halberds in over here quickly, I think, on my right flank, that might have routed that half of my army entirely. So yeah, good game to him. Let's take a look at the casualties here. We've got to do that in the last battle. I wonder how much the crossbows did. They did pretty well. Urukai infantry doing really well with... oh, that's casualty sustained, rather. Crossbows did 122. Pikemen, 117. Warg Riders, 151. Most of those are archers. But yeah, that's it for this battle. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the second round, where I'm going to be playing Admiral Thrawn, which, if you guys were following the last time I was in this tournament, he beat my ass in the second round. So you know what? It's time to settle this, I think, once and for all. I've got a score to settle. Not really, but yeah, hopefully I can beat him this time, and I can move to the next round. But we'll see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.